Hello everyone and welcome back to chapter 8 of Koharu. Last chapter before the endings, and I feel like we just kind of started him, but we don't do the common route with the second guy, so it's only 4 chapters, so it's pretty quick. Almost done. Um he went away to figure out more about the ritual spell, I think. And he said he would be back. I don't know when. Oh, he was back. He did get back. In the last episode, he came back. He wasn't gone for very long. He was gone like less than a day. And he's fallen in love with her. He's already said that he won't admit it to her though. Even though he'll snuggle up in bed with her and whatever. We're not gonna talk about that. Anyway, in the middle of the night I woke up feeling thirsty. I bet I feel so comfy, but I'm really thirsty. I guess I'll go get some water. I reached for the nearby remote and turned on the light in my room. Your light has a remote? Oh my goodness, there he is. Ah, I know, right? I'd be scared too.
随分な挨拶だな。
You're just like creeping in her room though. Because you scared the crap out of me. Where did you come from?
急じゃねえ。ずっとここにいた。
Huh? While I was asleep?
俺がそばを離れれば、お前の体調に関わるだろう。それでだ。
Oh, are you sure that's it? Oh, I see. Still, it's reassuring to know he's worried about me. I'm grateful, but could you not lurk around in the dark like that?
そう言われてもな。電気はつけられねえし、寝てるやつに声もかけられねえだろう。
He's got a point.
つうか、なんで起きたんだ？
Alright, I got thirsty. I was going to head downstairs for some water.
それなら持ってきてやる。
It's okay, I could do it myself.
そうか。なら、暇だしお前についていくか。
Watching him stand up, I smiled. I'm glad I woke up. He's back. Yay. I drank some water and let out a long sigh. Ah, much better. I was glad my thirst was quenched, but maybe it was because Koharu startled me that I was wide awake now. Or maybe I'm just happy he's here. I'd be happy he's there. Ever since hearing about the spell before bed, I'd been questioning it. I don't want to feel like this. Oh, come to think of it. Koharu, about that spell you mentioned, do you know how to lift it? Koharu seemed caught off guard. Oh, why is he blushing? Why is he blushing? Is it embarrassing to lift the curse? Huh? What's wrong?
なんでもねえよ。
You have to kiss her or something? You have to seal it or something? Is that how you break it? Then why are you blushing? It wasn't as though I told him I loved him or anything. Why is he blushing now?
まじないを解く方法はあるにはあるんだが。
He's still blushing.
複数あるみたいでな。だから全てを調べるまであと少し待ってくれ。
A few ways, huh? Sure, I don't mind, but could you share one example? I want to know what you found so far.
お前は知らなくてもいい。ほら、さっさと戻って寝るぞ。
No, go back to bed. Why is he panicking? What could it be? As much as I like to sleep, I'm wide awake now. I'll make some herbal tea. Maybe that'll help me go to sleep.
ああ、お前の母親が入れていたやつか。確かカモミールだったか。
As he spoke, Koharu filled the kettle and lit the stove. Dang, I really want to know how you lift the curse. It's gonna bother me this whole episode now. Oh, don't worry about it. I can make it myself.
俺に任せてソファーに座ってろ。お前、言ってただろ。俺の入れるお茶はうまいって。
I know, this man wants to make you something. Just go sit down and let him make you something. Yeah, I guess I did say that, but despite feeling a bit guilty, I decided to accept his offer. Fine, I'll leave it to you then.
おう、任せておけ。
Rely on me, woman. He certainly does seem cheerful about it. Koharu really comes alive whenever he's in the kitchen. After 10 minutes of steeping the tea, Koharu poured it into a mug. Thank you for the tea. I blew on the tea to cool it down and slowly took a sip. This smells so vibrant. This is delicious.
それならよかったぜ。それじゃあ、お前が飲み終わるまで少し話でもしてやるか。
Koharu doesn't seem like the chatty type, so the fact that he wants to accompany her downstairs and chat with her while she finishes her tea, I wonder if his departure is coming close and he's trying to spend as much time with her as possible. I know, right? It's pretty rare for you to start a conversation, Koharu. I was usually the one bringing things up, like the Fox's wedding and Hibiki, so this was a nice change of pace.
明日になってから話そうと思っていたんだ。お前に関わるもんだからな。
Is he going to talk about Hibiki? That would surprise me. What is it? Oh. I said at the beginning of the episode he left to go search her condition some more, but no, he got called by Hibiki to go do a job, and then he came back. Curious, I leaned forward and Koharu laughed.
お前の武勇伝だ。
Is that why you're in a good mood? I am. I've never really considered myself to be very heroic.
幽霊に俺のことを知らせに行ったっていう武勇伝だ。
Aww. Oh, did you hear from Yukimaru? No. Hibiki.
幽霊本人からだ。
The ghost himself? Oh. Then Hibiki.
お前が眠る前、仕事が入ったと言っただろう。あれは、響からの呼び出しだったんだ。
And if you're both spirits, then he can actually see you, right? As he recalled his meeting with Hibiki, he seemed to gaze off into the distance. He called me to a classroom at the school, but it was located in the mirror world he lives in. Everything was blue and mirrored, a version of this world devoid of any sound. I felt like I was inside Hibiki's heart.
お前に呼ばれるとは思ってなかったぜ。
Oh, I think it said it, not I.
本当はずっと呼びたかったんです。これも持ったままだし。
He showed me the paper and coin he used back when he was a child. Seeing them, I took a step back. I didn't think he'd still have them.
まさか、それがお前の思い入れのあるものなのか?
When someone has a strong emotional attachment to an object in life, it can appear with them in death. It can be something that meant a lot to them or something that carried regret. It varied from person to person. For Hibiki, the object was the tools he used to conjure the spirit board.
あの頃から死の間際までずっとポケットに入れて持っていたんです。僕のお守りみたいな感じで。これを持っていれば小春さんに出会った頃を思い出せて強くあれる気がして。
Be strong. That was what I told him to be. Washed with regret, I quickly changed the topic.
どうして今になって俺を呼んだ?
ここの女子生徒が教えてくれたんです。こっくりさんが今も僕を気にしているって。
女子生徒だと?
こっくりさんと一緒にいるもの、そう言っていました。僕の名前とあなたの名前も知っていて驚きました。
I immediately knew it was you, Misa. I could picture you in front of the mirror calling out to Hibiki. I felt a mix of joy and irritation.
それで、誤解を解きたくて呼んだんです。あなたにかけてもらった言葉は間違いなんかじゃないって、そう言いたくて。あれ以来あなたを呼び出さなかったのは僕が強くあれた証拠なんです。だから。
そうじゃないだろう。俺はお前をずっと見ていた。亡くなるその時までな。
ああ、そういうことか。自殺したことを言っているんですね。
Hibiki smiled as he said that. The same beautiful but sad smile he had right before he took his own life.
そんな顔すんじゃねえよ。
I can hear the quivering in his voice.
あの時、俺を呼んでくれていれば、あんな風に終わるのを止められたってのに。俺があんなことを言ったから。
あんなことって。
お前がガキだった頃、これからは自分で何とかしろって言っただろう。頼れる先を、俺が奪っちまったんだ。
I told him he had to endure everything on his own, and he did right up until the end. And I couldn't do anything. All I could do was watch.
それは違います。僕はあなたの言葉があったから生前強くあれたんです。あなたの言葉通り強く生きていられた。自殺したのはそれが最善だったから。
じゃあ、なんで何十年経った今も成仏してねえんだよ。
Because he hates the man who kidnapped him.
それは。
Hibiki fell silent then. In the silence, I thought about what to do, then it finally came to me.
もういい。
I placed my finger on the coin under Hibiki's finger. I moved his finger towards the shrine drawn on the paper.
帰れと言え。
Seeing Hibiki's expression drop, I continued.
安心しろ。今の幽霊のお前なら俺の姿は消えない。
Hibiki looked at me puzzled, his mouth opening and closing a few times without words. Then,
こっくりさん、どうぞお帰りください。
after he spoke, I released the coin. Hibiki looked up at me weakly, confused and unsure. I smiled and patted his head, wanting to ease his worry.
そんじゃ話を聞くか。友人としては成仏させてやりたいしな。
After nodding, tears started forming in his eyes.
おい、強くなったんじゃねえのか？男がメソメソすんじゃねえよ。
ごめんなさい。小春さん、ありがとうございます。
Then, at the end, when we had gotten past his tears, I saw his real smile, the one I'd been waiting all these years to see.
お前が鏡に向かって呼びかけなかったら、響が儀式をすることはなかった。心から感謝してる。ありがとうな、ミサ。
Happy as I was to have Koharu's gratitude, I was more happy to know that the two of them had reunited. I'm really happy to hear that. I truly am. If Hibiki's heart stabilizes and he's able to cross over, there could be no happier ending than that.
な、お前の武勇伝だったろ？勇ましく堂々と幽霊に呼びかけて、見事手柄をあげたんだ。
I guess you have a point. That's right. I told you so people don't forget. So we're gonna say first, was Hibiki able to cross over? So judging from the story, it sounds like Hibiki was able to cross over.
いや、簡単にはいかねえだろうな。まあ、時間がかかってもいい。通い続けて成仏させるさ。
Is to let go of his anger and his darkness. I see, as long as he has you, I'm sure he'll be alright.
お前、当たり前みてえに言い切るんだな。
You said so yourself, didn't you? You'll visit until he crosses over.
まあ、そうだが。
And you're someone that doesn't make a promise he can't keep, right, Koharu?
お前、嬉しいけどよ。俺を買いかぶりすぎだぜ。
Hey, that's your own words, not hers. Koharu looked troubled, yet he continued to smile.
つーか、さすがに寝た方がいいだろ もう明け方だぞ。
Oh, you're right. I guess I got carried away talking. Then I heard something drop. What is it? I'm gonna go back up and read the rest of it. Okay, I told you some people don't forget. And we're going to prove that we're also in love with you still. See, did I tell you, Koharu?
あ、なんか言ってたか。
Koharu cocked his head and I gave him a mischievous smile. I told you some people don't forget. I won't forget you, just like Hibiki didn't. Even if my feelings aren't romantic, I promise I won't forget you.
たく、お前には本当に参るぜ。
Maybe I'm the only human who's got an effect on you like this.
調子に乗るんじゃねえ。この。
He ruffled my hair with his fingers, causing me to laugh.
俺も忘れねえよ。何十年、何百年経っても。お前は頭から離れてくれそうにないからな。
Few hundred years, huh? Those words alone were proof of the different worlds in which we lived. If I were to be a spirit, I would be able to be with him for so many years. I harbored this wish in my heart, not wanting to say goodbye to him.
つーか、さすがに寝た方がいいだろう。もう明け方だぞ。
Oh, you're right. I guess we got carried away by talking. Then I heard something drop.
Misa, あなた。
Oh, okay. But she can't see him, so she just looks like she's talking to herself. My mom had returned from her night shift and stood there looking pale.
一人でブツブツ何か言ってるみたいだったけど、悩んでいることでもあるの？
Oh no, she heard. That was,
私のせいね。
Huh?
あなたの将来のことで長い間苦しめていたから。
Why does like the childish, playful music start up? Is there supposed to be like a joke or something? Hey, no, Mom, that's not it.
悪いな、ミサ。お前に夢中で人がいるとは気づかなかったぜ。
You say that now. If he had told me he was that engrossed in our conversation some other time, I would be swooning.
おい、何騒がしくしてるんだよ。
So loud. Mom got the wrong idea and...
私のせいなのよ。本当にごめんなさい。
Mom, I said that's not it. Thanks to my sister chiming in, things were able to work themselves out. Early morning, I waited for Yukimaru in front of Misa's house, but... I don't like saying these words, dang it. That guy overslept again, didn't he? I told him I was heading to my village to look for a way to lift Misa's spell this morning. I thought you said you already knew how. You knew of several ways.
小春、待たせたの。
He was so tired he couldn't even finish his sentence.
おっせえよ。早く来いって言ってあっただろうが。
ね、そう怒るでない。泣く泣く二度寝を断念したのだぞ。特大ケーキを食す夢の続きを見たかったのに。
Big cake. Speaking of cakes, my daughter's birthday is Wednesday. I have to go buy a cake soon.
そりゃ悪かったな。今度作ってやるから、俺が帰るまで、あいつのこと頼んだぞ。
I'll make you a cake if you watch over her. I plan to leave and place Misa in Yukimaru's care.
のう、小春よ。主様にかかったまじないを解く方法だが、本来のものでいいのではないか。
The original way. So he's trying to find an alternative because he's blushing about the original way.
今日、他の方法がなかったらそうする。だから、今日だけ時間をくれ。頼む。
If it's just a kiss, why can't you handle it? Like, geez, be a man. Just kiss her. It's fine.
お主の頼みとあらば聞かぬわけにもいくまい。だが、どうしてそうこだわる？
I mean, I don't think you have to do anything as dramatic as what Manami had to do to give her spirit energy. Like, that was transferring energy. Like, I don't think you'd have to do that to break a curse.
そんなの決まってんだろ。本来の方法でやれば、まじないが解けたとき、不快な思いをさせちまう。
Oh yeah, if you had to kiss her and then leave, she'd probably be pretty upset. I care about Misa, so I wouldn't have a problem with it. But that's not the case for her. She does care about you. I don't see the problem.
まあお主の考えもわかるが、我が感じるところでは主様のあの気は本物だと思うがの。
Oh, would she be upset because her first kiss is with someone she doesn't quote like? Is that his problem?
とりあえずじゃ。主様はまじないが解けないと進路のこともままならんだろ
う。そうだな。なるべく急いで帰ってくる。
ではな。
Yukimura entered her home and I took a step towards my village. Why did I consider this was getting in the way of her future?
早いとこ終わらせねえと。
At least this is the last chapter. It'll be resolved. Feelings will be resolved. Unsureness will be resolved. Yukimura was with me through the morning and walked me to school. I heard Koharu had set off to his hometown to find a way to lift the spell. According to Yukimura, though, Koharu already knew how to lift it the original way, but he was still trying to find an alternative method. But is it... You know what? I'd be asking Yukimura, like, what is the original way? I wonder if the original way to lift a spell is something really dangerous. Koharu was kind-hearted. Perhaps he was worried about the risk and was looking for another way. Not with the way he was blushing. Those were my thoughts as I changed my shoes.
おはよう。今朝は雪丸さんと一緒だったんだね。
I know, she just changes guys every day, didn't she? Morning, yeah. I bumped into him. I said that so Saike wouldn't get the wrong idea, and Saike sighed with relief.
たまたまならよかった。またあなたの体調が悪くて送ってもらったのかなって思ったよ。
Sorry for making you worry, but I'm alright now. I noticed her hand on her chest, her relief evident. Saike then smiled. Oh, that's right. After last night's events, my sister invited me to visit her shop. I'd almost forgotten. She said the new display she'd been working on was finally ready. Hey, are you free after school today? My sister invited me to her shop.
残念。今日は家の用事があるんだよね。行きたかったな。
Maybe you could come next time. I'll just go by myself. Apparently the new display... We started chatting about my sister's shop as we walked to our classroom. I had a feeling that Yukimura was somewhere nearby since he had mentioned that he'd pick me up after school. I didn't want to keep Yukimura waiting, so after school I hurried to the school gate. Huh? Where's Yukimura?
ねえねえ、あの木の陰にいる人、めっちゃかっこよくない？
You're talking about Koharu, right?
あ、見えた。確かにかっこいいかも。でも、なんであんなコソコソしてるんだろう。
Curious about their conversation, I looked in the direction they were pointing. What? Koharu? I immediately ran over to Koharu and called out to him. Koharu?
やっと来たか。お前が来るまでジロジロ見られて大変だったんだぞ。
It's because of your super hot body, right? That's what she said in the last one. Seeing Koharu looking weird, I couldn't help but laugh a little. You seem to be pretty popular. Some girls were talking about a hot guy over here.
んなのどうでもいい。ほら、さっさと帰るぞ。
I just noticed that even in his human form, his ear is still kind of pointy. Oh, there's somewhere I have to go today.
なら付き合うぜ。どこに行くんだ？
I'm taking the train into town to visit my sister's shop.
ってことは、あの姉ちゃんに会うのか。俺が一緒だとまずいか。
Why not? No, you should, if you want to, that is. I'd never really seen Koharu engage with other people before, but he doesn't seem very fond of Sayaka. If you prefer not to, I could just ask Yukimaru to take me instead.
あ、お前、雪丸と行きたいのか?
Well, no, but as for second choice. What? No, that's not what I meant.
なら俺でいい。さっさと行くぞ。
You can't let Yukimaru go with you. He then firmly took my hand, leading the way. His intense manner made me glance at him. Is he annoyed or something? Koharu, you're walking too fast.
ああ、悪い。
Is something wrong?
何がだ?
It looks like you're upset about something. Suddenly, Koharu's face began to flush red for some reason.
気のせいだろ。怒ってなんかねえよ。
You know, you're not very good at lying either. His laugh seemed forced and his expression looked really tense. What could it be? I wonder. We got on the train and soon arrived in town without incident.
で、姉ちゃんの店はここから近いのか?
Yeah, it's not too far of a walk. Come on this way. As I spoke, I instinctively held Koharu's hand, guiding him through the narrow city streets. That wasn't weird, was it? My heart raced as I glanced at him. He seemed unfazed, which was a bit disappointing. Maybe he thinks the only reason I took his hand was because of the spell. Or maybe he's never thought of me romantically. I need to stop overthinking. I shouldn't keep expecting him to feel the same way about me. I should just enjoy this moment.
お前とこうやって慣れない街を歩くのは新鮮だな。こういうのもいいもんだ。なんだ? おかしなこと言ったか?
Oh, no. Actually, I was worried about dragging you along on my personal errands. I'm glad to hear you're having fun.
付き合わせてるのは俺の方だろ。あんなまじないをかけちまったんだ。
Well, that's on me too. It makes sense Koharu would feel that way, but it's still frustrating. I'm gonna bring up the curse, but first change the topic. Talking about the spell started to make me feel down. I should change the subject. How's Toka been doing lately?
ああ、うざってえくらいにな。
Annoyingly fine. For some reason, the mention of Toka seemed to drain the life from Koharu's face. Did something happen?
お前は知らなくていい。
He's probably being like obsessively observant over you and stuff. That's so. Well, as long as he's doing okay, that's all that matters.
多分、娘を持つ父親ってのは、ああいう感じなんだろうな。
That sounds like I'm right. As Koharu stared off into the distance, I puzzled over his words. Alright. We're going to bring up the curse. I don't want to feel this way every time we talk about the spell. I decided to bring up the spell intentionally and keep the conversation going. I'm actually kind of grateful for the spell. When I said that, Koharu cocked his head to the side, giving me a dubious look. I realize this might sound sneaky, but I think the reason you care about me and spend time with me is all thanks to the spell. Koharu laughed bitterly.
それこそ、まじないのせいでそう思えるんだろう。
You're always blaming on the spell.
悪いな。だが、どうしてもそう思っちまうんだ。
I know, just hurry up and break it so you can tell, so you can know the truth. Well, I can't blame him for thinking my attraction is because of it. But the more I get to know you, Koharu, the more I see the good parts of you. I kind of feel like it's crazy not to fall in love with you. Regardless of the spell, I think the outcome would have been the same. What do you think, Koharu? I was serious when I asked the question, but Koharu looked back at me shocked.
それ、俺に答えさせるのか?
Yes. Maybe that was the wrong question to ask.
ちょっとどころじゃねえだろ。俺本人に答えさせるなよな。
His laughter caught me off guard, but seeing him laugh made me smile. But still a little embarrassing I said that.
笑った笑った。お前って面白いやつだよな。
Alright, alright.
まあ、質問以外は嬉しかったぜ。
That's good to hear. I heard him say he's happy gave me hope, but given our uncertain future, I hesitated. When I arrived at my sister's store, she was quite surprised to see me accompanied with a man she's never met before. She's heard about him, though. I forget if it's in the common route or if it's in Yukimaru's route. I think they learn about both of them in the common route, right? After they greeted each other, my sister began bombarding Koharu with pointed questions. I guess not.
なるほど。妹の進路相談に乗ってくださったんですね。ありがとうございます。それで、今日はどうして一緒に？進路相談は関係ありませんよね。
We're being her guardian today. Well, you see.
あんたには聞いてないだろ？
Oh my goodness. She stood our razors behind that smile. I nervously glanced at Koharu, and to my surprise, he too looked very serious.
彼女が一人で都内まで行くというので、念のため付き添わせてもらったんです。何かあったら大変ですから。
Oh?
ここを出た後は、まっすぐ成見ヶ浜に帰ります。遅くならないようにしますので、安心してください。
He's so formal in his speaking with her. I thought he might find it bothersome, but seeing the serious side of him made me swoon. Oh, really?
それはありがとうございます。そうだ、今度よかったらうちに寄ってください。妹がお世話になっているお礼をしたいので。
What?
はい。機会があったらお邪魔します。
I quickly grabbed a hold of my sister's arm. That's enough questions.
まあいいか。ごめんなさい、小春さん。妹の交友関係は知っておきたいもので。
いえ、何でも聞いてください。
Hearing him speak like this is, I wouldn't say it's jarring, but like it feels like it's not Koharu speaking at all. Finally, as their conversation ended, I sighed in relief, and then my sister's colleague approached.
一色さん、妹さんが来ているところ申し訳ないんだけど。
ああ、本店に電話でしたよね。すぐにかけます。
We decided to head home after considering how busy my sister seemed. I'd already taken a photo of the display she created and was glad I came.
ごめんなさい、今日はちょっと忙しくて。
いえ、挨拶ができてよかったです。急にお邪魔してすみません。
ミサ、ごめん。句を見立てるのはまた今度な。
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you when you get home. My sister gave Koharu a quick bow, then hurried back to the store. Hey, Koharu, sorry about all those questions from my sister. I was expecting him to complain, but instead Koharu's expression softened.
大事にされてるとは思っていたが、予想以上だったな。
I didn't expect her to be so aggressive either.
いいんじゃねえか。俺はお前の家族好きだぜ。
His words were somewhat unexpected, yet they felt magical as he said them. I hadn't realized how wonderful it was to hear someone speak highly of your family, especially from someone you care about. Thank you. I'm so glad Koharu came with me today. I was nervous about coming here with him at first, but I was filled with joy that he had joined me. After leaving my sister's shop, we went straight to the station just as Koharu had promised to my sister. If I wouldn't have minded a little detour, I wouldn't let Koharu break its promise. Even though I realized that it would still be the first and only time we'd come to the city together. As sad as that was, I was determined to stay positive and just be grateful for the time we had. Spryly, we made our way back to Narimigahama. As we made our way back on the train, I made sure Misa sat down. After a while, she began to nod off, likely due to staying up so late last night.
Misa, 俺の方に寄れ。
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try to stay awake. Don't worry about me. She was clearly struggling to keep her eyes open. Gently, I placed my hand on Misa's head and guided her to rest on my shoulder.
寝不足なのは知ってんだよ。だから、おとなしく寝ておけ。命令だ。
Just shut up and go to sleep. In that case, I guess I have no choice. Slowly, Misa closed her eyes. In order, huh? This might be the last time I get to use that line. Aw. Once we get back in Narimigahama, I'd have the chance to lift the spell. Oh. After that, I'd find a random way to haunt her, a random way. And that'll be that. No big deal. Loneliness was not a new emotion for me. The goodbye would be just like the countless others I'd experienced. Or at least that's what I kept telling myself. I know, you were never in love with any of them. Otherwise, I'll end up betraying my clan and breaking a taboo. Staying with her? Is that the taboo? Falling in love with her? Being with her? I considered it, but dismissed the thought quickly. I took Misa's hand. If only I could stay until she finds her way. I should be allowed to do that much. Despite agonizing over how weak I was, I moved closer to Misa. I want to see G. No. Oh well, I'm hoping for a better one later. When he breaks the curse. Thank you for today, Koharu. I had a great time. Upon reaching the station, I thanked Koharu and he responded with a subtle nod. Shall we head home then? As we began to walk, Koharu was the one to take my hand first, making my heart flutter.
少し散歩していってもいいか。海まで。
Go break the curse there. Koharu's invitation for a walk caught me off guard, but I immediately smiled and accepted. You know, if my 15, 16-year-old didn't come back at like 9 o'clock at night, I'd be upset. Getting to spend time with you, it almost feels too good to be true.
贅沢ってほどでもないだろう。それに、すぐ目が覚めるさ。
Huh? But I am awake. I did fall asleep on the train. Does he think I'm still groggy or something? I found his choice of words odd, but not wanting to dwell on it, I changed the topic. Wake up soon. Wake up from your infatuation of him, probably. As we walked, the conversation turned to our normal, casual, everyday chatter. We shared laughs and expressed mild surprise. We also nodded along with each other. It was familiar, yet Koharu seemed distant. By the time we reached the beach, my head was brimming with questions. What's going on, Koharu? You seem different. Unable to pinpoint exactly what was off, I asked. He seemed to be expecting my question. He looked completely unfazed, which only made me even more anxious. Koharu sighed softly, then looked me directly in the eyes.
今から、お前にかけられたまじないを解く。
Going to do it the original way. So it's finally time. I felt my body tense up, my spine instinctively straightening.
いろいろ方法は探したんだが、どれもお前にとって負担になるものばかりでな。
Yes, you mentioned that before, so what are you going to do? Koharu looked away awkwardly. His cheeks were red, though that could have been just the color of the setting sun on his face.
口づけだ。
I knew it. He said the word softly. Excuse me? I thought I heard what he said, but I wanted to be sure.
だから、口づけだ。それをすれば解ける。らしい。
My face instantly heated up. I opened and closed my mouth like a fish on land, totally speechless.
本当にすまない。だが、これしかなかったんだ。口づけか、婚姻を結ぶか。他のは口に出せねえ。
I'm glad I didn't continue. I almost hit the next button, but it's either kiss her, get married, or unmentionable things. I see. So that's why Koharu was researching this for so long. So it has to be something romantic, I guess. Is what I'm guessing. Why does doing something romantic break the curse of bondship, I guess, between two people?
お前にとって、俺はまじないで好きになっている相手だ。だから不安かもしれないが。
Well, you will kiss her and find out. I don't mind at all. I spoke with a smile, but it was only half true. Oh, only half true. What if my feelings for Koharu are fake? The comfort I feel by his side. The satisfaction I feel when I see him blush. I know, it's so satisfying, isn't it? The elation when he calls my smile cute. Were all those emotions a lie? That's what truly scared me. Yet part of me held out hope. If my feelings for him were genuine, then perhaps he would believe me. Koharu then took hold of my shoulders, his expression tense, his posture nervous.
いいか、ミサ。今から言うことをよく聞け。
I nodded nervously.
まじないが解けたら、すぐに俺を突き飛ばせ。
What?
不快だと感じるだろう。だから気にせず、海まで飛ばす勢いで、思いっきり突き飛ばしてくれ。
Push me to the ocean. He thinks that she's going to be so repulsed by him that she would do something like that. His suggestion caught me off guard. It was an awkward and harsh request. It seemed he truly doubted the feelings I had for him. His lack of trust is really starting to annoy me. But I knew his desperation to break the spell was for my sake. Despite my fears, I can't wait any longer. Kiss him now. I grabbed Koharu's clothes with both hands and pulled him close. Our lips met in a sudden clash. Rather than just the sensation of the kiss, I felt something deeper stirring within me. It was the affection I felt for Koharu. The true emotions were flooding back to me. Ah, I understand now. All my anxiety melted away, and what remained was the love I had for him. I was overwhelmed with relief, joy, and the comforting rhythm of my heartbeat. I still love you, Koharu. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Koharu said nothing, he just stared at me bewildered. Although I was disappointed by his reaction, I felt slightly refreshed. Sorry for being so sudden. It might be strange, but I was just so happy. What a relief. I'm so glad my feelings for you are real. After murmuring to myself, I tried to pull away from him, but he tightened his grip on my shoulder.
悪い。ミサ。
Huh? Before I could even express my surprise, Koharu pulled me close. A second kiss unfolded unexpectedly. Despite his forceful pull bringing us together, our kiss was gentle and tender. No way. I know. He likes you too. Oh my goodness. I get the choices of close up and far away. The warmth from Koharu's lips was something unlike anything I'd ever felt before. My mind went blank and my body swayed. Without words, our touch conveyed everything. He feels the same way. Slowly, we drew apart and gazed into each other's eyes. Our faces were so close. I could feel his breath on my lips. My heart pounded, and I doubted it would slow down anytime soon. Why did you apologize?
お前の望むような普通を、俺は与えてやれねえから。
That...
大事なことだろ。
But my life isn't normal already, right? My only wish is to be by your side. Suddenly, he hugged me tightly, and I buried my face into his chest. That's too tight. Upon hearing my voice, he quickly let go, and I took a relieved breath. He's been wanting to do that for so long. He just wants to hold you tightly and never let go. He said that.
悪い。可愛くて。つい。
Just too cute. Cute. It's been so long. I hadn't heard such words from him in some time, and it had a huge impact on me. But those words weren't exactly what I wanted to hear. I know, right? Koharu, you love me, right?
今さら聞くか
Say it. You need to say it. Because I want to hear it, I want you to tell me. He coughed nervously, then.
俺も、お前が、好き、らしい。
Look at that blush. It's so cute. What do you mean seems like?
今はそれで許せ。いずれちゃんと言うから。
I can't. It's just too much. Alright. Accept it. I'll say it to you later. I didn't know what would happen next, but knowing he was by my side alleviated all my fear. I didn't have to be afraid of spells anymore. Feeling happy, I held hands with Koharu and we went back home. As we arrived home, Koharu changed into his spirit form and came into my room. He said he has something important to discuss with me. What did you want to talk about? I wonder if it's about the curse, it's about the haunting. He's gotta leave you.
これからについて話したいんだが、その前に、お前が困惑しねえよう、伝えておきたいことがある。
Koharu's expression shifted to a serious one.
今から話すことは、この先もお前のそばにいられるよう、俺が決めた。
It's a decision I made because I want to be with you. Okay. So he's not gonna leave?
お前に寂しい思いはさせたくねえし、俺もお前が隣にいない未来は考えられねえ。つまり、俺のわがままってことだ。
You know, I was just saying in the last episode that Koharu is the only one that hasn't had a selfish thought to stay with her. Well, it's not true. He just confirmed it. I mean, I don't blame them. This is a love story, right? They're supposed to want to be together. Okay. Of course, I felt the same way as him, so I didn't know why he was being selfish. What is he going to suggest? Koharu let out a sigh and nervously continued.
狐の嫁入りの話に出てきた、女狐と人間の男を覚えているか
I didn't realize the man was mortal. Yeah, I remember the gist of it. They eloped. Oh, okay. The one she fell in love with, not the other one. They eloped, right? Yes. The moment I answered, I felt nervous, realizing our situation was similar to the one in the story.
まじないこそ今は書けねえが、俺の一族の間で、その話を知らない者はいない。戒めとして語り継がれている。人に翻弄され、一族を捨てた裏切り者の話としてな。俺は、お前と駆け落ちするつもりはない。だから、お前と共にあることを一族に話すつもりだ。
Are you going to keep it taboo? But if you tell them about it, what's going to happen to you?
これまで話に出てくる女狐しか裏切った者はいない。つまり、前例がなくてな。
So, you don't know what's going to happen? Koharu nodded but laughed.
安心しろ。何があっても必ず帰ってくるから。
He said that, but I felt no reassurance, only fear. If something were to happen to Koharu, there must be some other way. All I can think was, oh, but if you just never haunted me, then you could stay forever, right?
長い間は無理だ。一族の者たちに怪しまれて、いずれバレちまう。たたるって名目で、お前と一緒にいるのも考えたんだが、望む通りのものがなくてな。
You could just cast the spell on her that she could see ghosts. So you haunted her, she could see ghosts, and you're done, right? But they didn't want to do that because of the trauma it would put her in.
俺は長い時をお前と過ごしてんだ。周りを気にすることなく、これまでのような穏やかな日々をな。
And the fact that he has no reserves when he says, I want to be with you, is like night and day from last episode where he was like, no, I can't say any of this. I feel the same, but
お前が俺を心配する気持ちは分かってる。だが、最初に言っただろ。これは俺のわがままだって。
Right.
このわがままを許しちゃくれねえか。
I always my heart always melts when they ask these kind of questions. Will you allow my selfishness? Will you allow me to love you? When you put it that way, what can I say to him? I know, right? Koharu knew how I would react, which is why he gave me this warning. Okay. I agreed and Koharu let out a small sigh.
それじゃあ、あとはこれだな。
As soon as he said that, I couldn't believe what he did next. He made the sign of the fox with his hand. What are you doing? I'm going to do it again. That action alone brought back some traumatic feelings. And I couldn't help but feel guarded.
大丈夫だって。今回は俺がメギツネの帰る側だ。
Oh, I guess it is traumatic if you faint every time he leaves.
この後、すぐに俺はここを立つ。いつ帰って来られるかわからねえ。だからその間、お前に心を置いていく。
Aw, I'm gonna leave my heart here with you. But if you get sick like I did when we get separated.
今は心を通い合わせてるし、お前に信頼を置いている。だから、俺に症状が出ることはねえよ。
I don't want to think of it as a spell.
必ず帰ってくるって約束の印だ。口約束だけじゃ不安だろ。
That was when I finally realized he was doing the spell for my sake to put me at ease. He would be the one to get sick, and yet he was still worrying about me. I suppressed my emotions and took a step closer to him. I followed his action and made the fox symbol. Koharu seemed to have been waiting for me to do so, and then he spoke.
我、ここへ思い置く。汝への心、忘れ得ぬ。
Koharu moved his hand towards mine, and the foxes touched, thus completing the spell.
この印が解けた時こそ、俺たちの始まりだ。
I nodded and looked up. Then I smiled at him, the same smile he claimed was cute. I'll be waiting for you. No matter how much time passes, I'll always be thinking of you.
ああ、約束だ。
And just as he said he would, Koharu immediately set out. I stood there in a daze and tried to figure out what to do next. After I finished changing, I went down to the kitchen. When Koharu returned, I wanted to be sure he could try some homemade cookies. I'm going to make something so delicious that he won't have to teach me. What about Yukimura's cake? I got started and...
くんくんくんくんくんくん。
Oh my goodness.
うわー、かぐわしき香りが我を誘う。
Speaking of Yukimaru. Oh, hi Yukimaru. I was making some cookies just now. I'll let you know when...
うわー、楽しみじゃ。主様お手製のクッキーを食べたと当家殿から自慢されておったのだ。やっと我も食べられるのだな。
I see. Hang in there. They'll be ready soon. Come to think of it, I should tell him about the spell being lifted. Yukimura, about the spell, we were safely able to lift it.
なんと、それはめでたいの。でも、そうか。お春のやつ、決断したのだな。
Yes. What decision?
いやあ、主様に不快な思いをさせてしまうと気にしておっての。ほれ、口づけのことじゃ。
You knew about that.
当たり前であろう。我だって主様を心から心配しておったのだぞ。なるべく把握したいと思うだろう。
I see. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I'm sorry. It's just that the solution was embarrassing. I bowed in apology and looked up to find Yukimura wearing a mysterious smile.
してん。主様のお心はいかに？
His teasing is cute. Do I really tell him? My feelings haven't changed.
それはめでたいことじゃ。では晴れて小春と結ばれたのだな。
Official. Though happy, I found it hard to shake off my embarrassment.
なるほど。だから小春がいないのか。あれも一直線で真面目だからの。里に主様のことを相談しに行ったのだな。
I skip a line. Okay, I hit the button a couple times. So he knows exactly what Koharu's up to now. Yukimura, do you know anything about Koharu's clan?
かなり厳しい規律があるということしか知らぬ。だが一族を持つあやかしにはつきものでな。一族でなくてもそういうものがある。例えば我の所属する座敷わらし協会にもな。
Common
と言って
sense.
も常識的なものくらいだが。
Oh, and what would be common sense for spirits?
必要以上に人へ干渉するべからず。
Huh? But then how could you and Koharu do your jobs?
その範囲では良いのだ。だが個人的に干渉するのは良くないこととされておる。
Oh, great. You're gonna tell her that Koharu's doing a bad thing. She's gonna be so worried about him. Don't do that. Dang it.
罰があるわけではないが、まあ暗黙のルールというものでの。人の世にもそういうものがあるだろう。
Yeah, don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat. Yeah.
非常識な行いをすれば白い目で見られ、罪ではないにしろ社会的に抹殺されたり。我らにもそういうのがあるのだ。
Could it be that he's going to lose his job? Seeing Yukimura nod, my blood ran cold. See, now you've done it. For Hao's clan, it certainly did seem strict. Did I ask for too much? Something that would make him betray his clan? I was filled with a very bad feeling. Dang it, Yukimura. However, all I could do was wait for Koharu to return. Despite my brooding, Yukimura pushed me to focus on my future career path. I went to visit schools and started working part-time at the local cafe. Yukimura worried that because he had helped me find my path, he'd be released from his duties as my guardian spirit, but that wasn't the case. Probably because I was still so worried about Koharu. I know she's not happy. He can only be released if she's happy. Then a few days later, please let Koharu come back safe. All I can do is pray. If something were to happen to him, if I knew this was going to happen, I would have never told him my feelings. Oh no. Okay, she's not getting feverish. Tears clouded my vision, but then a large gust of wind blew through the shrine. Is it Toka? In the wind, I thought I heard something and looked up at the sky. Was it just my imagination? Several more days passed, and I found myself baking cookies yet again. I wondered how many batches I'd made. The oven timer chimed, and I rushed into the kitchen. I took them out of the oven, and the sweet, savory scent wafted through the air. It looks like they came out good this time, too. I placed the freshly baked cookies on the kitchen counter and gazed at them blankly. Sweets. Sweets always used to make me smile, but tears began to fall from my eyes drop by drop. Now I felt like the only thing that could make me smile is...
なんて顔してやがる。
perfect timing, as always. Seeing him made me tongue-tied. Koharu walked over to me and picked up a cookie, popping it into his mouth. He chewed and swallowed the cookie before flashing me a smile.
これなら俺が教えなくても大丈夫だな。
I grabbed the front of his clothes with both of my hands and eagerly peered into his eye. Welcome back. They were the words I longed to say to him. As he saw me speak through tears, Koharu's smile turned a little bitter.
ごめんな。遅くなって。
As I shook my head from side to side, Koharu gazed back at me, his smile softening. Koharu is the source of my smile.
ただいま。 ミサ。
Oh, that's so cute. I wanted to stare at his smile forever. I didn't want to be parted for even a moment. I wanted to stay together forever with him. He said I'm home. So cute.
まとわりつくしがらみも時間が経てば薄まってゆくと麗しい日々にしがみついて一秒でも長く触れさせて孤独や虚しさも丸めて捨ててあげる眩しいほどに光を放ち静かなほどに悲しくて崩れそうなくらい愛しくて溺れてく私は水強な個体昨日の夜の眩しい景色がモノクロのフィルムになる前に何も生まれない争いもきっと何にでも意味はあるから
I got so giddy at the end of that. Whenever the song went on and I muted my microphone, I just got so giddy because you said that at the very end. It's like an ending. It's like it finally ended, and it's not an ending at the same time. I guess Yukimura's kind of did that too, but there was just some of them where, like, all I can think of is Senna's. Whenever he's fading and she kisses him to give him some of her energy, and then he throws her out of the mirror. I don't know if he went with her or if he stayed in the mirror. I think he came out with her, but still throws her out of the mirror, and then that's the end before the endings. It's like, this is not resolved. Koharu came back. He didn't say what the result was, but he came back. So, which is not how it's going to go before the godly end. This is leading into the heavenly end, and the end of the chapter is going to change because of the choices that you make before the godly end. So, and the ending right after the credits is usually the best one, in my opinion, anyway. Whatever one that is, it switches between heavenly and godly in the walkthrough, but that's usually the best one. Anyway, I'm extremely happy. So it's 11:30 and I have to record Battlefield Waltz because tomorrow's Friday and my husband is going to be home again. So I have to record so I can edit it tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get it edited tonight. If I don't, this episode will be posted on Friday, and then I'll have just 2 episodes to edit tomorrow, and then get one out Friday, get one out Saturday. But I'll try. It depends how long Battlefield Waltz takes and how sleepy I am after that. But I don't want to record Battlefield Waltz tomorrow and edit it tomorrow just in case it's long. Like, I was thrown off once by it being extremely long and I couldn't edit it in time. I don't have D&D on Saturday, so I can always get up early and finish it, but I just don't want to. I want to get it out on time. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.